What is going on with y'all, man? It is Black Balloon, and I'm coming back with another video, man, so y'all already know what's going on, alright? Alright, y'all. In one of my recent videos, I don't think it was the last video I put out with the whole Tyler Perry thing. I think it was the one before that with the Boule and Kobe, right? Somebody gave me a really interesting topic to do once a week. They suggested that I react to like creepy occultish type of videos on TikTok, right? Now, you definitely come across channels on YouTube who are solely based on like reacting to a lot of TikTok videos, mysterious, scary, conspiracy, all that good stuff, and a lot of those are good. It's kind of a good way to just get out content, a bunch of different clips of some things that are very interesting. So I thought that was a really good suggestion to, squeeze in with some of the stuff I always do. And, just to get out more content, be on the screen more with y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. Now, in this video, I only pulled up two videos I want to react to from TikTok. But I got some other stuff I want to react to as well that I just decided to throw into this video from YouTube. But over time, I'm a keep digging into TikTok, and we'll definitely keep reacting to a bunch of different stuff. As y'all know, there is countless amount of things to talk about on TikTok, but I guess it all comes down to just weeding out some of the stuff that's just not even worth talking about. But anyways, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get into this first clip, all right? And it is about black screen mirrors. Now, it's something we've talked about before on this channel, and it deserves a lot of attention on a daily basis. All right, so y'all check this
A
out.
black mirror, black obsidian mirror, also known as a scrying mirror, was used throughout history as a tool for divination and fortune telling. People would stare at it and ask themselves questions, or ask outwardly beings questions. You could ask it about past relatives who are no longer here, present events, and things to come in the future. One of the first examples we see of this is in Snow White with Mirror Mirror on the Wall. What most people don't know is that we use black scrying mirrors every day. Don't believe me? Then what's this? And this? And these? And lastly this. Remember, television has the prefix tele. Tele means over distance. So this black mirror gives a vision over distance. You see it in words like telegram, which is sending messages over distance, telepathy, which is communicating over distance mentally, and lastly, teleport. Remember, a black hole is a portal. Don't let it fly over your heads, y'all. What does this make us if we have all these black mirrors around us? Once seen, it can't be unseen. And in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Now, you know what's crazy? As I'm sitting here and doing this video, right? I looked over at my watch. Uh, Pretty clear. This is an Apple Watch. See that screen? It is indeed a black screen. When there's nothing on it, I can pretty much see myself through the screen, right? Now, what it made me think about is okay, I have another watch here. This watch, this is a Tissot, if that's how you say it. You notice this watch is not black. The mirror, the screen, it is not black. The glass is this. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. It's not black. All right. Let me see. I have an old G-Shock here. I don't know if you could say, you know, it's not really like a tech watch like that. It's not really black, right? My whole point of that, everything that has technology, our phones, everything that has technology has a black screen. Now, you are completely on some other ish if you have real black mirrors in your house. We're talking about the one that's on the screen, not our computers and our phones and stuff like that, TVs. If you have the real black screen mirror in your house, you are wowing. You are going nuts. I don't know what's wrong. Full blown, witch, warlock, whatever. That's up for you. I don't know. I don't know, right? But look, my point is this. Like I said, we've talked about the black screen mirrors before, right? And we know they are and they can be portals into another realm, or essentially for demonic entities to come through that black mirror, right? It's almost like everything that involves high tech, or doesn't even have to be high tech, like our TVs, that's technology. They're smart TVs, they're black screen. The phones, black screens, that's high technology. This computer that I'm on, high technology, it's a black screen. That Apple Watch I just showed y'all is a black screen. It's high technology. You can do a bunch of stuff on it, right? That tells you clearly. It's almost like how when we talk about AI, and also I got another video on AI coming up soon too. Everything that involves technology, you're it's basically a portal. We have portals all around us. Sometimes we step into these portals unknowingly, and that could be physically just in this world alone. Just being out and about, you may step into a portal that, you're not welcomed in. You have no idea. You can feel this negative energy. We know portals exist everywhere almost. But the fact that we are literally sitting around portals every day is mind blowing. And some of the things that you decide to, invite into your life could really change, everything that you have going on. You know what I'm saying? It's actually mind blowing, y'all. I just showed you a regular watch. Most people, you got all those expensive watches in the world, so on and so on. They're not black, they're not black mirrors. You can't see yourself through it, so on and so on. But everything that involves technology is a portal. It's almost like these spirits gateways are built into the technology, maybe even the chips that they use, like sigils. You know what I'm saying? Like how they even talk about with some of the emojis being sigils and stuff like that from the phones. It's almost like everything has, a gateway built into it for spirits to be able to come through. And the technology could be a lot deeper than we actually understand. And I mean by how they make it so these spirits can come through. Because it goes back to when I was talking about, you know, stages and concerts being set up for darkness. They're set up so spirits can enter people. You have to have, it's like you're hosting darkness. You have to be able to set the environment for darkness to overcome it, right? It's the same way with technology. All of these black mirrors on the tech that we use every day, it's set up for the darkness, for the spirits to come through. And you may think, it may sound crazy. I may be reaching a little bit, but nah, bro. Nah, because you got to ask yourself, why is all this stuff black? Why is the TV black? We got big giant 55 to 80-inch TVs in the crib. The bigger it almost, bro, the bigger the TV, you got a giant portal in your house. You got an 80-inch portal just sitting there watching the craziest evil shows and shit. It's I don't want to spend too much time in between reacting, but this one, yeah, we probably could have made a whole video about this Black Mirror thing. But just take a look at the stuff y'all got, man. Take a look at your Apple Watch. Take a look at your phone. Yo, we're surrounded by portals, y'all. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Let me show you what form. If a person gets into, say, seances, a Ouija board, stuff like that, or pentagrams on the floor, and candles, and all those kind of things, or blood sacrifice, sacrificing a cat or animal, you have opened yourself up for possession, or a poltergeist and all of his cousins are going to come in there and they are going to give that house a fit. It will be horrible. Okay? Then there's other ways. Television can be another way as a portal. They can come in. If a person watches pornography all the time, watches pornography, that spirit, okay, that porn ain't spirit, like in the Greek and the French, will come in. It would literally march through that porthole, and it would set up, and it would sit, and it would wait, and it would sit, and it would wait, and it brings sickness. It would bring all kinds of diseases. It would bring all.
Bro, wait. I, I just said that, bro. He just said it, bro. These spirits coming through the TV. We just said it. They bringing all kind of stuff into your life. You got an 80-inch TV in your living room, bro.
Kinds of stuff in there just because that television was a vehicle to be used to come in, and that's just one way. Then there's all kinds of say anger. If a person, let's say if a man is in the house always angry, no matter what the wife does, that man gonna be angry, angry, angry. It's like she pull her hair out the roots and he's still angry. She can do cartwheels. She can cook a feast. She can do every second he's angry. What's happening? There's 5 different types of anger, and all of those types will start to come in to his house, and in his house will be a house of rage, and that is an actual spirit. It's an actual spirit called Nectiel. Nectiel comes in, and when it's a power, it comes in, and its power, it takes complete power over that house, and the children will start to act bad in school. There's no love there. People will come and they can feel that. So, you know what, man, it's getting late. I'm going home. Wow, this is a bad house to be in. I feel the creeps when I come in here. It's because of that person has allowed those things to come in.
Now, I almost forgot I even had this one to react to. But if that doesn't confirm what I was just talking about with the Black Mirrors with TVs, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I almost forgot I had that right there, y'all. That's crazy. Even with the spirits of anger, you know, especially if someone drinks a lot, you know, where you're already inviting those spirits into your domain, even your home, your vessel, your body, your mind. I don't know what to say. It honestly kind of puts me in a little mood right now because we can't run from it, bro. Y'all have to realize they have created an environment for darkness and we use it every single day. And I have to use it every single day to, keep going what I have going on. We almost can't escape it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, yeah, we have to say the name. We have to say in Jesus's name. We have to pray. We have to pray for protection. We have to keep them angels on both shoulders. There ain't no good and no bad on my shoulders. We got good angels on both shoulders. We have to do that. It's honestly the only way when you surrounded by darkness. But all right, y'all. So look, I thought this clip from Michelle Obama, right? I thought this was pretty interesting, man. I definitely wanted to hear what y'all thought about this one. And y'all already know what I'm about to play next about Michelle Obama. But check this out real quick, all right?
What is the thing that keeps you up at night now, or what is your biggest fear now after having overcome so many?
It has less to do with me personally and more to do with the world that we're in. There's such a thing as knowing too much. And when you've been married to the president of the United States who knows everything about everything in the world, sometimes you just want to turn it off.
You know too much.
Right. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to know what was in that folder that you just got that made you quiet. I don't want to know why the security just pulled you over. I mean, it could be any range of things that comes across the desk of the leader of the free world, right? So I know a lot about what's going on, and what keeps me up are the things that I know. The war in the region, in too many regions. What is AI going to do for us? The environment, are we moving at all fast enough? What are we doing about education? Are people going to vote? And why aren't people voting? Are we too stuck to our phones? I mean, those are the things that keep me up, because you don't have control over them. And you wonder, where are people? Where are we in this? Where are our hearts? What's going to happen in this next election? I am terrified.
I thought that was interesting. Just at the fact she was talking about, she knows too much. She was obviously in the White House for 8 years, just as long as Obama was in the White House. We know recently they produced that movie. What was it called on Netflix, y'all? I swear I always have mind blanks at the worst time. The one they produced that had the black actor in it, and it had the other lady that a lot of people say is a man. What's her name? It was like The End Is Near or something like that. Look, I swear I have mind blanks at the worst moments. But y'all know what I'm talking about, because in the movie, y'all remember when all those they were finding all of those little notes on the ground that said "Death to America." And then recently, when had the whole thing with Trump sending the strikes to Iran, I think they had a clip of some of the people in Iran, or like some of the political people, screaming out "Death to America." Someone showed the clip of the movie that the Obamas produced on Netflix, because it had "Death to America" in Arabic. If I'm not mistaken, I may be getting it a little wrong, but there was a connection from that movie to, what's been going on recently in the news with the whole Iran, Israel, and the US thing, right? That's neither here nor there, right? So obviously, anytime we talk or we have Michelle Obama on the screen, we always have to pay this clip right here a visit, all right? 18 seconds. Listen to this.
And do you think that the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman president?
We already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a
I'm sorry, she's a what?
a transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy. Now I'm not gonna play that too much. Um I honestly may even cover this up, because if I'm not mistaken, the last time I showed this, um it got the channel in a little trouble. But Joan Rivers, man, we all know that she died not too long after that. Don't quote me. I don't think it may have been right after that, but her death was definitely very suspicious. And we talked about it in a video a while back. It's been a good while since I showed that clip. But I think everybody was going in on what's that picture? Let me see. I'm pretty sure it's up here if I just type something simple in. Where is it? Where is it? Where's that one picture at, y'all? Y'all remember, it's close to this one, but there was like, where is it? Is this it? Yeah, I think this one is it. It is uncanny. This is crazy. I need to find a better picture. Um, I may have to blow it up on the screen, but y'all already know what I'm talking about. Not gonna say too much on this one for the sake of YouTube, but it is crazy. Now, I don't know if they doctored this picture, you know. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all hit me in the comments on what y'all think about this one, cause yeah, the dude asked her, "Are we ever gonna have a first, what, president?" She said, "We already got one, Obama, because he dating a whole man, or excuse me, he's married to a whole man." Insane, right? All right, y'all. So look, check this out. Kat Von D. Now, what's interesting is I came across this not too long ago. How long was this podcast? This podcast was a year ago. And I think I came across this on TikTok maybe a couple of weeks ago, and I tossed it in my notes to talk about it one day, and I actually completely forgot about it. When I was looking up some stuff for this video, found it again, and I said, damn, I haven't seen Kat Von D in a long time. Like, you know, tattoo artist, she had her own show, all that good stuff, right? And we knew she was a witch at the time, but it's quite interesting what she has to say now. So I thought we'd go ahead and add this to the video as well. All right, y'all. Check this one out real quick.
The first post that I ever made about talking about like throwing away my occult books.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that everybody kind of honed in, my fans included, on the witchcraft books, because there was a lot more of those than there was the others. But I actually threw away all my meditation books, all my books on yoga, all my like it wasn't just the stuff that people considered spooky, which, you know, I don't think some of it is, but and I think that it's easier to look at like a story, like what I wrote, and mind you, I prayed a lot about that post prior to doing it. Like I spent time on writing that caption because I knew the intentions behind it were to like start being able to talk about where I'm at in life, you know.
And that was what, 2020?
Yeah.
Or so?
I think so, yeah. And it was such an so I posted this post on Instagram where I just took a picture of a good chunk of these books that I took from my library. I have a library of like 300 to 500 books. And so this was a very small, like a small amount of books out of that collection that I just wanted to get rid of. Like it I don't want to say that they were haunting me, but it's like I already knew they were there. I have my son who's growing up and is becoming curious, and it's like, you know, there were some art books I threw away too that weren't in that picture that were like, I don't know if I want my kid to look at that, you know,
Yeah.
like, but to me it was like I came to this really awesome realization that night that I decided to post that, was that like I don't want these crutches in my life anymore, you know, and that's what I really saw them as, is like, okay, like I just want Jesus, and it's a very narrow road, right? Like I feel like all these other, like these breathing techniques or these or like spell work or whatever, like nature worship, all these things, it's like they're just crutches. They're not really like my answer.
Yeah.
And so for me, I would rather eliminate any distractions, and this is just for what works for me, you know. So that was like, it was a symbolic gesture, I guess, in a way, but it was my first like proclaiming of where I stand with certain things. And it was crazy to watch the reaction, because in the comments it was like I feel like you could see literal demons hissing at each other. And it was coming from both sides, you know, from people that were like, oh, I don't think Aleister Crowley's evil, or hey, like, why would you throw this away? You should give them to people, like that's so wasteful, or whatever. Or there's nothing wrong with what I see in these pictures. And then there would be the Christians that are like attacking and kind of saying equally as evil things too, you know, that weren't helping anybody. And that night, I feel like two people came to my house. So at the time we lived in LA and we had a gated house, and I was upstairs with my son and the doorbell rang and we had like a security system, and my husband looks and it was, he screenshotted it, and it was just this possessed person, you know, who just was like, hi, you know, I don't want to freak you out, but I just want to know if I could please have those books, you know, like I really need those books. I need those books. And it was just like, and you could see the darkness in this eye, and like, like why I think, like when I say things, I definitely think that people over
spiritualized.
No,
like,
I just think a lot of people, especially in the Christian community, like call everything demonic, and I don't think everything is demonic. Like, but in this case, I was like, I think this is a definition of a demon. Like this person is possessed and is no longer in control of what they would normally do, because they're obsessed either with fame or with the desire to bring certain evils into your life, you know. I think that's crazy. You know, my husband ushered him away. Then the second person came and they tried to break into our trash cans.
Wow.
Which I had
to
already
get the
thrown.
books.
Huh?
To get the books.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what we have there
Which
is clearly the devil trying to come and get his books back. You know, she said when she was talking about this stuff, she could literally see people like demons hissing at each other over her, you know, getting rid of some of the occultic strongholds or the witchcraft that she had in her life and that she was keeping in her home. Now, I'll tell you this right now. There's no way in the world I'm going to be married to a woman who has witchcraft books in her home. Bravo that she came to Jesus. She said the name. So I applaud that. And she got rid of that stuff. Maybe her child led her to, making those decisions. Hopefully she got rid of everything. Not sure. But I could never have a woman and we are sharing a home, we are married, you know, we're I just can't even I can't imagine that. You have to be completely naive and blind to be with a woman who got witchcraft books in her house. She's a witch herself, or at least was. Because Kat Von D definitely, even right here, she's in all black. So and with them tattoos that she got, something kind of tells me she may still be a little witchy. You know what I'm saying? The way she got that makeup and them eyebrows, she still got a little witchy on her. You know what I'm saying? That all black just tells me everything. Jet black hair. I know she's an artist and all that good stuff, but it makes me think about this. She said somebody came to her door possessed. Literally, the devil was sending them demons. Said, "Nah, bro, we need them books. Don't throw them books away. That's crazy." She knows about Aleister Crowley, so she knows about the rituals. She knows about the magic. It makes me think about what we were talking about earlier with technology, black scrying mirrors and black mirrors in general. Books are damn near worse. I don't know, maybe not worse, but they fall into the same category. Books, no, no, no. Them books hold power. They have magic in them. Words are spells. Just like when we talk and people can put a spell on you through stuff you don't understand that came out their mouth. Those words that were written down, that has become physical now. It's its own world. It's a portal now. That book is dangerous. That book is demonic. There are teachings in that book that will last a lifetime. That's why them demons came to that door, said, "No, I need that book. You cannot throw that book away." You know what I'm saying? That lasts a lifetime. Books are beyond demonic, especially when they're meant for witchcraft. They're meant to teach you black magic. They're meant, for the initiated, for witches, for warlocks, for demonic spirits, monsters. Yo, books, man, we've never really talked about that because one, I don't pull up, you know, those Aleister Crowley books and stuff that I've mentioned and we've talked about. I've never once, I'm not even reading it on the internet. I'm not pulling up none of that stuff. We can say the title of it, because he had that like Golden Beetle book, a bunch of books. I wouldn't dare open it on the internet, yet alone a physical copy of a book that teaches you this stuff. And you have it in your house, literally, the portal just right there spinning around the book. Just demons can just start all over the place. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm not surprised that all them demons came to her door trying to get them books. They pulled up because you may be still a part of them or you once was. They pulled up and said, "Nah, we need them books. You playing." You playing with this stuff. And she said Aleister Crowley, I already know she had them books for real. I know she had all his books. I could guarantee that. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and react to this last one. This was a short that popped up on my page on YouTube, right? And this was crazy. This was crazy. I'm not sure. It has a little bit of music in it. So I'll see if I can get this one off. If not, y'all might see this part of the video disappear. But check this out, y'all.
Y'all, this is part one of all the creepy stuff we missed in the 90s, all right? See, I was an 80s baby, so my excuse is maybe I was just too young to pick up on it. But y'all, here it goes. First one, like I said, part one. The Faith Evans video. I remember the way. Anyway, good song, right? The video. Y'all, the video. Check it out.
Alright. Now, if I could try to keep this in the video without that music being flagged, we'll keep it. But y'all already know what's going on right here. The entire point of this clip, was creepy things we missed in the 90s. And this is pretty insane. You have a grown woman standing next to kids. We would have completely missed this. One, I was too young, didn't know what was going on, but even our parents missed this. The lady says she's an 80s baby, and she missed it. Faith Evans, why aren't you dressed up like the little girls? And they're covered. Why can't they be covered and you dressed up in hoochie items? These little girls are grinding. They're thrusting. And she is fully clothed in the middle of them in all black. They all have on all black. Insane what the 90s were putting on TV, and parents were okay with it, and other parents were just watching these videos, not even paying attention to the fact that these are little girls. I checked the comments. Most of the comments was like, yo, I ain't even noticed that those were little girls. All you doing is looking at Faith Evans in a trance, looking at Demon in a trance. Bro, Faith Evans is fully clothed, and the little girls' stomachs are out, insane, grinding, and Faith Evans ain't doing nothing. Look at the little ones in the background. Something else the lady said was, how did the rehearsal go? You telling me y'all hired little girls and rehearsed these dances? Y'all taught them how to dance sexually. The music industry is so demonic. Some of this stuff from the 90s was damn near worse than today. This ain't flying today. This stuff with these little girls, this ain't flying today. It might squeeze in there, but not today. The video wouldn't even make it to the screen. But the stuff that they were getting off back then, I was like, yo, this is crazy. She is fully clothed, and these little girls got on nothing, basically. They look younger than 12, 11 years old. Yeah, I don't even know what to say, man. Think I'll end this video with Kat Von D on the screen. Thought that was very interesting, man. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about this video. Y'all want to keep this going once, maybe twice a week? Because, I mean, it's pretty fun to me. There's so many clips we can react to and talk about. So yeah, man, it's Black Balloon. And I'm going to see y'all soon, all right? I'm out.